My name is Choya Randolph, and this piece is called Holes We Won't Fix. I hate coming home. There's still a hole in the door the shape of a smushed angel wing. My mom gives me a hug as warm as a shadow. Her eyes are an essay, but her dreams are golden like the eyes of werewolves howling something we've already forgot. She taught me that falling in the palm of promises was like bathing in decorated lies. From her, I learned to build a temple of trust made of eyelashes. See, my traumas, they speak. And when I come home, they scream as if they've missed me. I reminisce on the summers where we had to stretch our happiness like the last dollar. As a kid, I didn't understand God, so I reached as far as I could, and I could barely graze his beard. So then I used my blood as a blanket. I sniffed a line of letters. I wrote of dying, then cleaned the suicide words from underneath my fingertips. I carved the word love on my thighs. So if Lauryn Hill ever asked me, what is love? I can tell her, hey, I can at least spell it. I stare at the hole in the door that my abusive stepdad left as my mother babbles about motherly things. I ponder if she hasn't fixed the hole in the door because she wants to stay faithful to her pain. He's changed. Nothing here has fucking changed. So I go outside and I stare at the sun, hoping, begging to find a story behind his eyes, but instead I cry from the brightness. I tell myself that tonight, the moon will sing me a lullaby and I will dream a dream where holes are shaped like heaven. This poem is called Body. When I was in preschool, my mom showed me pictures of penises, and she told me sternly, if anybody shows you their penis, you run and tell mommy. When I was in elementary school, my mom would yell at me for not wearing a bra. By the time I was in middle school, men were approaching me all the time, at cookouts, at grocery stores, at their mama house. One time, at a Burlington coat factory, this old man came up to me and told me how beautiful I was. I ain't think anything of it. He reminded me of a man my auntie would tell me to call uncle. Right before I could say thank you, my mom grabbed me by my arm and she said, she's only 13. I remember that because that was the day I learned to be afraid of men. When I was in middle school, almost every girl I knew had been raped. One girl would leave class like once a week to go speak to a therapist because the courts made her. Another girl, she was already on her second abortion. One girl would see her rapist out and about, just chilling. I asked her, I was like, why didn't you tell anybody? Tell somebody. She said, I told my mom, and my mom didn't believe me. I remember that because that was the day I learned that for well-developed girls like us, rape could feel like a rite of passage. By the time I was in high school, I already knew everything I wanted to change about my body. I wanted my fupa flatter. I wanted my hair straighter, my skin lighter. The boys at my school, they wasn't fucking with me. But the men gave me every crumb of attention that I was needing. One day, I was with a man, alone, and he began to massage my hand. I'm in high school, I said. He didn't say anything. I just froze, wondering if it was my turn to hold this invisible yet hefty pain these girls have been holding their entire lives. Was it my turn? I'm in high school, I said. He just continued to massage my hand. I remember that because that was the day I learned that the age of Black bodies never fucking mattered. This poem is called Carrie. I am my ancestors. Their stories are my soil. Their dreams are my birthmarks, marks that shine bright, marks that sparkle like chewed stars shining brighter with every generation. When I can't figure out what color the day is, I ask myself, who made the ink that writes our stories? Who wrote our curses in cursive? Who figured out the circumference of our generational cycles? Who decided for it to hurt here and not there? Who chose for it to hurt us and not them? Today is mahogany. The brown of wood, the brown of us. See, today I don't need to learn my history. I can open my own book and trace the circles in our curses. Because when Massa hit great-great-great-granddaddy, he hit us all. So when daddy hits mommy and mommy hits me, the pain is plagiarized. I like to look at my reflection in rivers. The ripples remind me of who I am. I can see my dad in my chin. I can see my grandma in my nose. I can see my mom in my cheeks. I can feel the hereditary chains rusting into the brown of dry blood. The trauma trickles down these woke rocks, filtered in something that hurts less, but yet it feels the same. I carry what they've been given, wondering how to break the circles, how to break our chains, wondering how to make myself lighter, wondering how to make today green. This poem is called Mugshot. Today I looked in the mirror and I saw my dad. I saw his almond-shaped eyes, brown like dry blood. I saw his eyebrows crescendo into the genesis of his nose, thin but thick, black but off black, growing all in one direction as if my God and his God told them to. His skin is a chestnut brown, roasted from flying too close to the sun. His jaw is a V. V as in vaginas attached to people who don't own them. Holes where humanity exits like fathers. A cut cord, a bloody baby on a mother's chest. The king can die, but the queen must not. V as in veins that are green like the hearts of Grinches jealous of children with presents and parents, plural. V as in vacations with mortgages. V as in vominosis without see you agains. We share the same indented chin. A dimple, a simple indent in our chin. Like a king-sized chocolate Cheerio that fell in a dustpan that someone forgot to dump, that someone forgot. I blink and I see myself again. He's gone. Like he always has been.